to the leadership of the Comorian Students Association in Uganda for organizing this annual grand seminar on the importance of knowledge as the theme lends. My brothers and sisters, knowledge is paramount in Islam and it's a divine command for all Muslims to seek it throughout our entire lives, which brings us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is a guidance to our worship, leading to paradise and elevating status, with scholars becoming inheritors of the holy prophets, peace be upon them all, ensuring personal spiritual growth and social contribution from the first revelation to the golden age of Islamic sciences. In Islam, my brothers and sisters, it's not merely a tool for success, but a divine obligation and a form of worship. The Quran and Sunnah place it at the core of faith, elevating those who seek it and promising them spiritual and worldly success. As you may be aware, that Africa is the youngest continent globally, with 70% of its sub-Saharan population under the age of 40 years. This demographic shift is a double-edged sword, as it offers unprecedented demographic dividend for economic growth, but also presents critical challenges in the employment and governance. Let me take you on the key drivers of the youth pathways. We have the economic ambition and innovation. Young Africans, as you are transitioning from job seekers to job creation or job creators. For example, in countries like Uganda, where this grand seminar is happening tonight, 38% of its youth aged 18 to 34 years are engaged in entrepreneurship, outperforming older generations. Let's say startups in the financial tech, or what we call fintech, agricultural technology, that is the agri-tech, and education tech, are some of the disrupting traditional industries, and it's secured over $2 billion in funding as recently as 2021. Looking at digital transformation, African youth are at the forefront of the continental race in the mobile and internet penetration. They are increasingly adapted in artificial intelligence, or what we call AI, with that knowledge, since we are looking at the importance of knowledge. We have the blockchain and the data analysis, using these tools to solve local problems that is affecting the African societies. We have the civic activism and governance, and this is where we have a lot of problems. You've been watching on your smart screens where we see movements such as the End SARS in Nigeria. You witnessed the protests in Kenya between 2024 to 2025, where the youth, they were demonstrating a generation, where we had a demonstration on generational demanding accountability, transparency, and a seat at the decision-making table. Because the youth don't feel represented. That's why such kind of happenings do. Looking at the climate resilience, we see young Africans, they are leading community adaptation projects and advocating for green policies as they recognize that their future livelihood depends on environmental sustainability. Let's go through the core principles and divine mandate as well. We have an obligation as the community, as Islam emphasizes us seeking knowledge is a compulsory duty or further for every Muslim. Emphasized from the first Quranic verses, as one of the speakers was here, emphasizing the first ayat of Iqra. Looking at the inheritors of prophets, we see scholars and knowledgeable individuals. As we have in this room, we have doctors, we have professors, alhamdulillah. We see that these individuals are considered the inheritors of the prophets, continuing their legacy of guiding us at every stage of life. We have the spiritual and personal benefits as well. Seeking closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also deepens our understanding of faith, it strengthens our belief, which we call Aqidah, and makes worship more sincere. When looking at the societal and cultural impact, being knowledgeable elevates individuals and communities, earning respect and leadership opportunities. It also helps us in community empowerment as we keep our fellow Muslims to contribute positively, as seen in advancements during the Islamic Golden Age. Take an example of the Ibn Sina, Al-Khawarizm, and so many ancient scholars. These are our takeaways, key takeaways. Islam always emphasizes us to seek for knowledge from cradle to the grave. There is no graduation in Islam. That I've attained a master's in Islamic studies, I should stop there. I'm an imam at a certain mosque, I should stop at that knowledge. You should keep on seeking for knowledge to guide the society. Learning is like a lifelong journey, not confined to childhood or youthhood or adulthood, until they bury you. But as much as we emphasize, as Islam emphasizes seeking for knowledge, we should also be articulative and very sensitive where we get this kind of knowledge. We need to look at the quality sources where we attain knowledge. It must be sought from reliable sources like scholars and those noble sources as well, not just anything you find on the internet, you take it on. We have a lot of negative information that cannot help us from the internet. With the knowledge and action, they move together. Requirement of practice, after attaining knowledge, we need to act. Knowledge enough is not enough, but we should act. The historic compact can be emphasized, which is fueled the Islamic Golden Age, leading to the pioneering advancement in algebra, medicine, astronomy, other humanities by other scholars, like I mentioned a few of them, as we viewed their scientific work as a fulfillment of their religious duty, the likes of Ibn Sina, Al-Khawarizm, and the likes of that. Brothers and sisters, we are ushering in into a new year, that is from the Ugandan side. I know of our Iranian brothers, their year ends on 20th of March. That's the equinox. But in Uganda, since we are following the Gregory calendar, today is 31st of December 2025, which is the last day. And tonight, we are ushering into a new year. I am here to wish you a happy new year, so that God give us good health, financial breakthroughs, and stuff like that. And as Uganda, we have a few days to the general election, where we are going to exercise our democratic duties. We ask you to choose peace. And for our visitors, we also ask you to be very careful which groups you should be very careful, because where we are going is not usually a bed of roses. You should be in a company of people you know, not just following whatever you do. But as leaders, we prioritize peace over violence and justice over injustices. Thank you very much.